MIDI controllers expand the capabilities of the HX Stomp, which can make it a truly all-in-one solution, but they can be expensive and complicated to set up. What if there was a controller that was cheap, easy to set up, and had wireless capabilities so you could do things like this? HX Stomp is down on the ground. My MIDI controller and the expression controller is on a table, separated from that HX Stomp completely, no cables whatsoever. Check this out. Shot 2. Snapshot 3. Tap tempo. And volume control, all wirelessly. This is the M-VAVE chocolate wireless MIDI controller. Let's talk about it. I don't like to start reviews with a negative, but you are going to experience a little frustration on two fronts. Firstly, it's not an easy product to find. Here in Singapore, the chocolate MIDI controller is shipped under the brand M-VAVE, but the international website is Q-VAVE. Furthermore, it's listed under the product category of page turner, which it technically can do since the chocolate is just a controller with multiple configuration options, page turning being one of them. Secondly, navigating the menu system on the configuration utility can be a little tricky. I suspect there's been some translation difficulties, so the menu options can sound a little strange. Just exercise a little patience or stick around this video to watch how I'm configuring it so you know exactly which options to select. You'll need two pieces of hardware. First, the chocolate MIDI controller, and secondly, a wireless MIDI receiver. Fellow Singaporeans, I did buy my set from Lazada during their 4/4 sale last year, but since then, both devices have been hard to find on the platform. Meanwhile, Shopee still sells these at roughly the same price I got them for, so as of May 2024, you will be able to find these there. They're wireless devices that have internal batteries, so once open, you should charge them up before use. After stress testing these at home recording, live gigs, and Sunday services, I can confidently attest that they can last a whole day's worth of playing. But, as it is with all devices with internal batteries, these are living on borrowed time, and eventually the batteries aren't going to hold charge well. So just in case, I recommend having a dedicated power bank for when the time comes. Here you can choose to configure the chocolate using your phone or your laptop. Download and install the appropriate software and connect to the chocolate via Bluetooth if over the app or with a USB-C cable if over the laptop. Hello and welcome to OBS mode, where I'll show you on my computer the exact switches that you need to configure in order to get this up and running with your HX Stomp. First up, we need to connect the chocolate to the laptop, and the way that I'm doing it is via the USB-C cable. It does two things. Number one, it charges the pedal, and number two, it provides the most direct connection. The problem with the Bluetooth is that maybe it's just my unit, but it's a little wonky, and I have lost connection between the pedal and the software intermittently before, and I'm not sure why. Other than that, when I played live, it has worked flawlessly, so maybe it's just my unit. Ensure that all Bluetooth devices in the vicinity of the controller are off, because you never know when you've made connections before, and when you turn this on, it will latch onto any kind of Bluetooth connection that you've previously made before. So just for safety's sake, just leave every other Bluetooth connection off. So make sure your controller is turned on, open up Cube Suite, and you should see this foot CTRL, foot control. If you see this option right here, you know that your pedal has connected to the laptop. So let's proceed. Click on this. The chocolate is a very versatile MIDI controller. It has many different modes, including like a multimedia keyboard mode where you can play your Spotify songs, a keyboard mode where you can use this to trigger the up, down, left, right controls on your keyboard, page up, page down, space, enter. I suppose this is for your PowerPoint presentation, but the one pertinent to us for HX Stomp users is the advanced custom mode, where you can customize the way you use your pedals more flexibly. This opens up the option to click through every single switch and to configure the exact messages to be sent by the switch. You can even configure each foot switch to operate in different modes, but for our purposes, we want to have the step short or step long. Now, this might be one of the areas where the translation is a little bit wonky, but they do mean short press and long press. So what are the MIDI configuration settings? Let's go over to this website. I'm going to refer to a MIDI CC chart where every device parameter, which can be controlled by MIDI, is going to be documented in the HX or the Helix manual. For the ultimate convenience, someone has compiled all this information into a website called Helix helix.help.com, and they've included every single MIDI configuration setting possible on the Helix and the HX Stomp. I want the chocolate to accomplish at least 3 things. I want snapshot control, I want to access my tuner, and I want to access my tap tempo. So the way I thought about it is snapshot 1, 2, 3 for buttons A, B, C, and the last one will be functioning like the FS3 on the default settings of the HX Stomp, which is tap tuner. You short press for tap tempo and you long press for the tuner. Let's check the website. Preset and snapshot recall via MIDI. That's what we want to do. You can see here additional controls, MIDI CC, value, and function. Let's look for the snapshot select, which is here. MIDI CC number 69, values 0 to 7. What this tells me is that if I want to select snapshot 1 on the HX Stomp using this, I need button A to communicate and send out CC number 69, value 0, and so on and so forth for snapshot 2 and 3. If you want button B to activate snapshot 2, you need to send CC number 69, value 1. I guess this is computing standard where the first value is not 1, it's 0. In some, you want to send CC 69, values 0, 1, and 2 for snapshots 1, 2, and 3. Don't worry, I'm going to put this information in the description box below and the pinned comment, so you will have some references to how to configure these buttons. So let's set this up. Select foot switch A, make sure it's step long or step short, add, double click this, and you open up edit MIDI code number 1. It says channel, MIDI type, and data 1. Channel refers to the MIDI channel that your HX Stomp is going to be receiving and transmitting via. This number can be anything you want as long as it's the same number matched on your HX Stomp. In my case, I am on channel 2 because channel 1 is my Helix, and sometimes I got both my devices running concurrently and I can send one MIDI message to HX Stomp and not on the Helix. Click on MIDI type and click on CC. Now you see data 1 and data 2. Again, this could be a translation difficulty thing, I'm not sure, but data 1 refers to CC number and data 2 refers to its value. Let's double check the MIDI code. To activate snapshot 1, we need to go MIDI CC 69, value 0. So let's key this in, 69 and 0. Let's do this incrementally for foot switch B and C. Make sure you got selected foot switch B, step short, step long, add, double click, channel 2, CC, CC number 69, value 1. Foot switch C, double click, channel 2, CC, 69, number 2. Let's double check. Foot switch A, CC 69.0, foot switch B, 69.1, foot switch C, 69.2. Foot switch D is going to be the special one because we want short press to be tap tempo and long press to be tuner activation. And under the explain column, which I believe is like a translation thing, send bank A message every time you step on A foot spike and lift it, short press. Send B message when you step on a foot pin, meaning you pin it down, i.e. long press. Tap tempo is CC64 with value between 64 to 127, which means that any value between 64 to 127 will activate that tap tempo. So just arbitrarily, I'm going to define tap tempo as MIDI 64, value 127. Double click, MIDI 64, 127. Long pressing for the tuner is MIDI 68, value 127. I forgot to change this to channel 2. So reminder, if your MIDI device is on anything other than channel 1, make sure that your MIDI messages are on the correct channel. Last but not least, if I want to enable volume control or wah control or pitch shifting using my foot pedal, I can connect it with a TRS pedal into this jack here. I just need to make sure that the MIDI CC numbers are correct. So let's check. Expression pedal 1 is MIDI CC 1, value 0, 127. Value 0 meaning that it's at minimum position and value 127 means on the maximum position. What's cool about the chocolate is that they've really predefined the expression control for you, so just double check by double clicking and make sure that channel's at the correct channel. On your chocolate, it might be channel 1. In my case, I need to change it to channel 2. Now I can connect an expression pedal to change the parameters on the HX Stomp. The one thing that I wish this software included was a save function, an export and import function, because currently there's no way to save your configuration profile. If it's lost, if it's damaged, if you need to replace your controller, you got to start all over again. M-VAVE, if you're watching this, please include a save, import, export feature. Let's see if my configuration has worked. Okay, time to check homework. We're now on snapshot number 1. Let's see if pressing this B button will change to snapshot 2. It did. It's now in snapshot 2. C should be snapshot 3. And again, snapshot 1, 2, 3. Short pressing foot switch D should tap tempo. Do a fast one. Slow one. Long pressing foot switch D should bring up tuner, which it does. Pressing any other button exits tuner. Last but not least, the expression pedal control should be able to change the volume of my compressor. I hope you can see this from here. 0, 6, 0, 6. And there you have it, a MIDI controller that's simple to set up, packed with functionality, and the ability to be untethered with its wireless capability. This is helpful if your stage box can only extend so far, or if you need to be in a highly mobile position with quick setup and teardown. Remember to charge these devices at the end of the day to avoid a flat battery scenario at the next time you use them. If you've gotten value out of this video, like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to grow the channel. Check out my Buy Me a Coffee page where you can directly support the channel by getting one of my preset packs. I'll be uploading this very preset into the HX Stomp Worship Essentials pack. So for those of you who've downloaded before, check your links for a free update. I've previously used this MIDI controller in a laptop rig with 2 nodes genome running neural amp modular. That video will be linked at the end after this, and I'll see you there.